There we go. There we go. Yes. Wow. Hello and welcome to the Marketing After Party. This is what we do every first Friday of the month. So we've already done part one of this video over on Sam's channel. So make sure you go and watch that after. I will link it below. And that was a really good chat about how to actually turn your YouTube subscribers and followers into paying clients. So loads of great tips over there. Sam was like grilling me a little bit over there. I was like, what's going on?
We was getting all of your great, insights and marketing prowess. I was just pulling it out of you. That's all it was.
Thanks, Sam. Sam's on this proper, I've never seen Sam like this before. He's really like chilled today. So chilled. Today, we are going to help you get monetized fast on YouTube. So if you've currently got below 1,000 subscribers, or maybe you've already got 1,000 subscribers, but you just can't reach that monetization mark, we are going to give you some tips to really get there the fastest way possible. Now, as this kind of background to this video, to get monetized on YouTube, you do need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months. So it's not that you need to get people watching your videos like now, 4,000 hours in a day. It is over that 12-month period. So we're going to get into this straight away with the amazing Sam. And Sam, what would you say? Like, how can people do this fast and just start making money from their channel?
That's an interesting question. Doing it fast is probably something I'd stay away from. I mean, if it happens fast, then it happens fast. But I think if people want it to happen fast and it doesn't happen fast, that's like one of the quickest ways for people to get discouraged and to stop making content. So I think that, like, when I first started my channel, and I think I've probably said this before on your one of our videos, definitely one of our videos that we've done together, which was I changed the narrative of what success was for me early on. So rather than thinking about, okay, I want to get more subscribers, I want to kind of get monetized and all of those things that are slightly out of our control. I mean, they're within our control to a certain amount, but we can't necessarily dictate how many views a particular video is going to get or how many subscribers we get in a particular time frame. Like, there's obviously things we can do to better our videos and our channels to get the most exposure possible. But if a video gets 10,000 views or 11,000 views, it's not really in our control, too much so. But what is in our control, we should definitely do that consistently and as often as possible. So one of the things I tried to do when I had less than 100 subscribers is I would always try to make sure I had more videos on my channel than I did subscribers. So I was trying to beat myself. So in a way, it kind of seemed as though I didn't want subscribers, because I was like, oh man, I got 50 subscribers, so I need to have at least 50 videos. And if I had 60, then I have to have at least 60 videos. So I was trying to match up and say, I want to have more videos than I have subscribers. And I kept doing that until it got to a stage where it was impossible to keep up with the amount of subscribers I was getting.
I think that's a really great first tip. And I know a lot of people probably won't like that. But it's really about, it's changing, is what Sam said, it's changing your definition of success. And do keep watching, because we are going to give you a lot of tips and guidance on how you can get monetized, because both me and Sam are monetized with our channels. And it does feel good. Sometimes when I've talked about this a lot before, when you take a break from YouTube and you're still getting some Google AdSense money. That is amazing, to even get a few £100 a month or a few $100 from creating this. It's like an asset. See your YouTube channel as an asset. And Sam did kind of give you a hidden tip in there, maybe without him realizing, not only the thing about, what is your definition of success, but it's also about, if something has done well on your channel, replicate it. And so many people, I put my hands up to this. I think I do this as well. If something has gone well on our channel, Don't just go, oh, that's great. My video got 10,000 views. Brilliant. Now I'm going to do a video about dog walking tips. But the other one is about, how to train your cat. You've got to do more videos on what is being successful, because YouTube have now kind of, I call it indexing. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but YouTube have now indexed your channel. Oh, it does well for cat videos. Next time they do a cat video, we're going to show that to more of their subscribers. So replicate, isn't it, Sam? What is going well on your channel? Don't just ignore that side of it.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's one of the things I definitely used to do a lot more, but I still do now, is I take time to look at the analytics. They're there for a reason. So look at what videos are bringing you in watch time, especially if you're trying to get that watch time up to help get those watch time hours up. Then look at what videos are bringing in watch time. And they might not necessarily be the same videos that are bringing in views. So my most viewed videos are not the videos that bring in the most watch time each month, which is quite interesting. So a lot of times we focus on metrics that don't necessarily move the needle for our channels or for our businesses, and they're more vanity metrics that just look good. But if you go into your analytics, and you know, one of the most important analytics is going to be your watch time, because the more someone watches of your video, it shows that they are actually invested in what you're doing and what you're saying, and they're more likely to become subscribers because they're so invested in the video. So you want to kind of like look at your analytics and see what videos are getting watch time, and like Vina was saying, you know, replicating some of those videos. And if you're noticing certain types of videos are getting a lot of watch time, then you might want to use that to your advantage, and maybe at certain points in your video reminding people to take certain calls to actions, whether that be to subscribe to your channel, to like the video, or if you've got, you know, free, like we was talking about on my channel, if you've got a free giveaway, to promote that, because you know people are watching it for a lengthy period of time, then you might not want to leave that call to action for people to subscribe right until the end. You might want to scatter it throughout the content.
Yeah, exactly. And if you are, because at the end of the day, you know, people have clicked on this video for that reason of they want to get monetized fast. So if you do want to get monetized fast, it is really looking at, okay, what is the requirement to get monetized fast on YouTube? And it, again, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. So as Sam said, if you need those subscribers and you need that watch time, those are your two goals now, aren't they? You need to be focusing on that. So your call to action, rather than taking people away from your YouTube channel, which me and Sam both do. We always like, you know, say, go and download this free book, or come to our free webinar, whatever it is. We're actually taking people away from our YouTube channel. But if you want to meet that requirement of monetization on YouTube, you've got to keep people on your channel. And there's so many ways to do that. Again, to bump up your watch hour time. Let's talk now, Sam, about how can we get people to stay on our YouTube channel as long as possible, watch as many of our videos, so we can keep on increasing to that 4,000 hours of watch time. And it's something that me and Sam do with even this video. We've put this video, so the marketing after party I do with Sam, the first Friday of every month, we do a video on his channel, and then we do a video on my channel straight after. And what we're doing with that is, number one, we're trying to get you amazing person. We're trying to get you over to Sam's channel because he's got amazing content over there. And then for Sam's audience, we're trying to bring them over here. So we're always creating this kind of bridge, kind of a bridge or a gateway between our channels, but we're both increasing, like we both benefit from that. So that's number one, why we do it. And then number two is we put these videos in a playlist. So that's a really good tip to increase your watch time and views, is put your videos that are similar in a playlist as well. What else would you add to that, Sam?
Yeah, I was gonna say playlists actually. When my channel was growing, one of the things I did that I noticed kind of like almost immediate improvement in the amount of subscribers I was getting was playlists. But a lot of people don't realize that your playlists can actually get found in search. So
Yeah.
when you're creating your playlist on YouTube, you can have a keyword for those playlists. You can also have descriptions for those playlists as well. So what I did was I made my playlists search engine friendly, and I've made sure I wrote like in-depth, detailed descriptions for my playlists as well. So people are finding me through the playlists, and when people find you through the playlist, especially if it's like Vina said on a specific topic, so your channel might cover loads of different things, but if you have specific topics, or maybe even like I don't know, a series or
Yeah.
something. So if you have a channel, let's say on baking, and you have like how to bake a sponge cake, maybe the first video is a step one, the second video is step two, step three, or whatnot. Um, then people are going from one video to another and just consuming a lot of your content. And if they're finding that playlist through the search engines, then they're more likely to get invested in a lot of your videos and in a lot of your content. And not only that, but you can actually share the link as well to that playlist. So if you're promoting your videos via some other means, Instagram, Twitter, your email list, or whatever it might be, instead of like just sharing the video, you can actually share a link to a playlist. So
Yeah.
the next video will automatically play when someone's finished watching the first video. So it's a way of them binge watching your content. So yeah, that's another really key tip as well.
That's such a power tip, because even if someone asks you a question on social media and you've got if someone asked you, I don't know, how to set up an email campaign, or how to bake, go with the baking example, how to make a Victoria sponge, don't just send them that video. As Sam said, send them the playlist. So if you've got lots of videos on Victoria sponge cakes, send them the playlist, because they will watch one and then more than likely they'll be like, oh, they've got like 10 other videos to give me tips on whatever, that topic is. So that is such a power tip to get to those 4,000 hours of watch time and get monetized fast on YouTube. It's put your videos in playlist, and then within your videos, it's mentioning that as well. It's putting, and I think Sam, you just said it as well, it's like put the link below in the description to the playlist. You'll notice in my videos, and I think Sam does this as well, in the last kind of 20 seconds, I always say, oh, watch this video next. And rather than giving you, an amazing person, one video to watch, if you click on that, it will take you to a playlist. So again, if I've done a video about, for example, today, this is the marketing after party show that we do. And I'll say you'll see me do it at the end of the video. I'll go and watch all the rest of our videos, and it will go to a whole playlist of mine and Sam's videos that are giving you all these kind of marketing made easy tips. What else would you say, Sam, in terms of really kind of hammering home this playlist? So we can put the link in our description, send it out on social media, mention it, put it, like I said, put it in the end screen of our YouTube videos. Have I kind of missed anything there?
I think we've kind of covered a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I think like what you said is just to kind of like drive the point home, is to really mention in your videos, like one thing that I do often is if I'm kind of speaking about a certain topic, and I know, like, I don't know what I might be speaking about. Let's say I'm speaking about like YouTube tips, for example, and one of my YouTube tips is, oh, one of my one of my YouTube tips might be something like, oh, make sure you have a lead magnet. And this video might not be about lead magnets, so I might not want to go in depth about that in this particular video, but I can say, hey, I did a live with Vina the other day about generating lead magnets, and she shares some really great insights. So make sure you go and watch that video. And then I move on to what this video is about. So it doesn't take me off on a tangent too much, but the people who are interested in, oh, how do I go and execute that tip that he mentioned in the video? Oh, okay, cool. He has that video there. And then you can leave that video in a card when you're mentioning it in the video. You can have it as a card, and also leave it in the description as well, and have it in your end screen as well. Like Rena was mentioning, having an end screen with the playlist or the video itself. so that people have somewhere to go after they
Yeah.
watch that video. It's about trying to make your channel binge worthy, and kind of teasing them as well. Kind of a way to get subscribers is if you don't have a video on a particular topic. So let's say my tip 2 was, okay, make sure you're generating leads. I might not have that video yet, but I can say, hey, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm putting that video out next week, or I'm putting that video
Yes.
out soon. So make sure you subscribe, click that bell notification button so you don't miss when I do put that video out. So it's one of the two. It's either they've got the video there already and they can binge it, or it gives them a reason to subscribe, so that they don't miss when you do eventually put that video out.
And that is so key. Like, don't ever say subscribe to my channel. You've got to qualify it. You've got to give people a reason, don't you, Sam, of
Mm.
why someone should subscribe. And then I think, and again, if you're here live, please do put your comments in as well and ask any questions. And if you're watching this on the replay as well, or you've got to make sure you're giving people a reason to subscribe to your channel. And as Sam so eloquently said as well, it's tease, always be and I don't think I do this enough, actually. It's always be teasing. What have you got coming up next week? Maybe don't say what you've coming up in a month, but if you've got a video coming up next week that's about whatever topic it is, mention it, because if they're really invested in your channel and they've just learned something and they need that other piece of the puzzle next, they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to come back next week. And again, it's feeding into that. To get monetized fast on YouTube, you need that 1,000 subscribers. So you've got to give people a reason to subscribe, because if you're getting frustrated right now thinking, oh, loads of my videos have got, like, maybe you've got the watch time, maybe you've got the views, but people aren't subscribing, you've got to really connect with them. And I think that's a good tip as well, isn't it, Sam? Is you've got to be able to connect with your audience. It can't be like, oh, this is my channel, it's just about me. You've got to give that value, but you've got to make your audience feel important. And a really simple thing is, and both me and Sam do this, is reply back. Like, I try and reply back to as many comments as possible. And I know in my live stream last week, there were some people there because I had replied to them. And I said, oh, I go live every Friday. I do this YouTube tip show. Would love to see you next Friday. And that's how more people have started to subscribe, because I'm giving them a reason. And then I'm telling them, do you know what? I've got loads more tips every Friday at 2 p.m. BST. So connection is key as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think like YouTube has that social aspect as well, and some of the recent things that YouTube have come out with, like stories, which is not super recent now, but stories is a great way to connect with your audience when you're maybe not putting out content. We've had these conversations as well about if we're taking a little bit of a break from YouTube or whatnot, still trying to stay active with stories, and like you said, replying to comments. People have taken the time to watch and to leave a comment on your video. So the least you can do is try your best to get back to everyone, or at least just use the heart. That wasn't even around when you and I started YouTube, just the simple heart. But if you can even just do that, just to show that you've acknowledged the comment, and encourage people to comment as well. Within your videos, say, hey, what do you guys think about this? Let me know. And that's a great way to kind of get that engagement. If you ask for it, if you don't ask for it, then it might not come as much. But if you're asking for it within your videos, then that's a great way to get people. And the same thing is in terms of watch time, is telling people what they can expect towards the tail end of your video. So if you're like, oh, okay, here, at the beginning, introduce your video and say, hey, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z, but make sure you stay to the very end because I've got a bonus tip for you, or I'm going to try eating the cake myself, or I've given the cake to my son and he's going to give me a review of whether he likes it or not. And people might be like, oh, okay, I want that. And you see some YouTubers actually put like a very interesting clip from the video at the very beginning of the video, to get people enticed, and they're like, oh, I wonder when we get to that bit. So they want to watch it like towards the end so that they can get to the bit that has been teased at the beginning.
No, definitely. And that again, it's seeing this as a holistic, I love that word now, being a therapist. It's like, oh, the holistic approach, wellness. But it's true, you've got to see, and Sam said this right at the beginning, and some people, they're just like, oh, I don't want to hear it. But if you want to get monetized fast, you've got to see your YouTube channel as a whole. Yes, we're concentrating a lot now on how to get those 1,000 subscribers, how to get that 4,000 hours of watch time. But it's like, you've got to keep trying all these different things, like we've already mentioned, like what is your definition of success? Put your videos into playlists and really make a big deal about your YouTube channel as well, because some of us can feel really shy, like we don't want to promote it. But the more you promote it, even tell your friends and family, if you've got an email list, tell them, go on your other social media platforms. It's always trying to get people over to your channel. And I always see YouTube at the top of my pyramid, and then everything else is kind of below it. So Instagram and all those other social media platforms. And both me and Sam are on this new app now called Stereo. It's called the Stereo app. Don't know how long it'll be around for, but I'm just loving using it at the moment. But both of us are on there, and people have already checked out our YouTube channels because they go on there. It's a new social media platform, and people are a bit more, and this happens a lot on TikTok as well. I will see one person's video on TikTok and I instantly go and check them out on YouTube. So it's how can you use these other social media platforms to drive people to your YouTube channel as well? Because if there's a new app, you're more likely to get pushed out, and then you can catch that kind of attention you're getting on the app and, move it over to your YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's key. And one of the things that I try to do as well is well, in marketing, we call it content syndication, but that's kind of like a complicated word. But the simple way of describing it is just by using YouTube or your YouTube content and kind of breaking it down into smaller pieces of content and distributing it across different social platforms. So, for example, you might have a 10-minute YouTube video, but there might be a 1-minute clip within that 10-minute video that you can just take out and put it on Instagram, have its own caption and whatnot, hashtags and so on and so forth. And that itself can help you to build your other social platforms, but also drive traffic to that particular video as well.
No, definitely. And I think a kind of golden tip, if you haven't started your channel yet, or if you've got a channel but you are looking to do this next thing, this will really help you build up your watch time and subscribers. It's niche down. Sometimes I even think this now, I think, oh, this channel is so broad. I've got so many different things going on, but I want this channel to be a resource for people. So for other therapists or for other coaches or whoever you are, I want you to come here and think, oh, Vena's got some stuff on Zoom and Instagram. I want to learn how to really market myself from that beginner point of view. But you can grow fast on YouTube if you do niche down. And I don't know if you've ever thought about this, Sam, actually just doing a little trial. I thought about doing this before, just starting a brand new channel and just doing one thing like Instagram tutorials or Facebook or just YouTube tips or whatever it is. And I do have a recent example, and I interviewed Sam on this channel as well. I started a brand new channel last year, and it was all around this time when there was so much drama surrounding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And I just started this channel, and that channel grew quickly. Like all of the videos on there had thousands of views. I think I got up to nearly 600 subscribers very quickly because it was niche. It was just about, and it wasn't even this kind of, it wasn't like a gossipy channel of them. It was, I kind of made it into more of a talk show about the topics and was debating stuff. But that did prove to me that if you can choose a topic or a niche, you can actually grow very quickly on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree. And the more of a niche you have, the more engagement you're likely to see on your videos as well. So obviously my channel is very broad. It's like marketing, but in a very broad sense. So I speak about so many different topics, and as a result, that hurts my engagement on YouTube, my views, my comments, and all of that kind of stuff. Like Vina was saying, if I was to focus just on one aspect of marketing, whether that be YouTube or SEO or email marketing, and those are all of my videos, I may have less subscribers, or I might have more subscribers, but I would have more engagement because everyone who did subscribe, they all want to see more or less everything that I put out because they're interested in that one topic. So that's a great way to kind of like to get engagement, is to speak about one thing. I find it difficult because I just get bored. So
Yeah,
I
it's
kind
worth
of
it.
have to. It's kind of like a catch-22 for me. It's like I have to. I'm just like, do you know what? I'm going to get less engagement, but I have to talk about different
Yeah.
things. Otherwise, yeah, it wouldn't work
Yeah,
for me personally.
and again, that comes down to the individual person. So if you are, I don't know, obsessed and you know everything about, we always go back to the cake. I love cake. So go back to the cake example, but you will do well if you're just focusing on cake or focusing on pizza or whatever it is. But, for both me and Sam, it is, yeah, we just get bored very easily. And I don't think I could talk about Instagram all day or YouTube all day. We both like to mix up the content, which also has its pros, but it does have its cons when looking at the ego numbers. I call it the ego numbers, when you are starting to get maybe less views or that engagement on some videos. We do have a question here as well from Mr. Commenter. He says, can a new channel get quick views through short videos on YouTube? So I don't have much experience of shorts. I've done one shorts video on this YouTube channel, and it kind of got the same views as my other YouTube videos. But again, I always go by that rule of, if a social media has just put out a new feature, I would say learn it and just try and do it ASAP, because you never know what's going to happen. And I think even with YouTube Shorts, which if you don't know, they're a vertical video, it has to be less than 60 seconds. It's basically their version of TikTok and Instagram Reels. Like, try it. Everything is about trial and error. So that's what I just did. I thought, I'm just going to put a video up there. I don't have enough data on it. I probably do need to do, at least 10 shorts to give you an answer for that. But I just do it. I would say just do it. I don't know if Sam, if you've tried that yet.
I haven't done shorts yet, but to be fair, any new channel can get loads of views.
Yeah.
And like you said, you just have to put the video out there. I mean, you might have an idea of, like, if you're good at doing keyword research, you might have an idea of how many views, or if it's a trending topic, you might think, okay, this might get, 50 views or 500 or 10K, however much you think based on your keyword research and also other videos you've seen. But any channel can put out a video and it do extremely better than they thought. Like, I'm sure you've had this, Vina, where you put a video out and you're like, wow, why is it getting so many views? I had a client actually last year who put out a video, and it wasn't even a recent video. It was a video that he put out a few years ago, and all of a sudden it just started picking up steam. And his channel was, I think it was like less than 500 views when we first started 500 subscribers when we first started working together. And he literally got up to his first 1,000. He got monetized, everything just through that one video. And his channel is, started doing extremely well. So yeah, and I think it goes back to what we were saying, is just do it. And also, like, I think one of my final tips, probably Vina has said similar things, and it might be an annoying tip, but create your first 100 videos, because I feel like after 100 you reach a different level on YouTube, because you've kind of mastered your craft in terms of, you've got enough videos there for you to look at the data and see what's working, what's not working. You know what you enjoy now as well, so you know what kind of content you want to create. And like, I've seen with a lot of friends and a lot of clients, after they reach that 100 milestone, they might not have even started really growing yet, but after that 100, when they start putting content out after that, after knowing what's working and what's not, then their channel really starts to develop and grow. So definitely try and get your first 100 videos out.
Yeah,
and then aim for
exactly.
500. I think that's the next milestone. And then after that, 1,000, which is what I'm going for now. And yeah, just keep putting content out. And
Yeah, and I think even for me on this channel, I don't think I've got enough videos on there. Like, I need to keep going. I need to keep testing things as well. And I think it was TubeBuddy that came out with a study. I think this was about 2 years ago now, but people with 1 million subscribers, the average amount of videos they have is more than 1,000. It might be actually more than that, but it's a lot of videos that people have. No, I think it's more than, I think it's a few thousand videos for 1 million subscribers. I think 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to not say, because I'm probably going to get my numbers mixed up, but it's a lot of videos. So again, if you're like, oh, I just want to get monetized, you need to understand the big picture of YouTube. And it's, it will take you time. And I know people don't want to hear that, but it will take time. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. So, set yourself up for success. Think, okay, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to do 1 or 2 videos a week. I'm going to hit 100 videos. I'm going to master. You've got to master presenting. You've got to master to keep on becoming confident and doing live streams and, getting into the process of making videos faster as well. Because I know for both of us, like, it used to take me ages to make a video, but now I can literally switch on my camera, do a video, and then it won't take me that long to edit. Like, that process is getting quicker and quicker and quicker. So there's so much we can talk about here, but I really hope all of those tips you can just take away and be like, okay, I'm going to make those first 100 videos. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be patient. Remember that story that Sam just said about one of his clients, like an old video. This is the thing with YouTube. You could watch loads of videos like this, but really nobody knows why some videos start taking off. And I've had that on this channel. I think one of my videos is called, I think it's called like why my video gets no views or something like that. And that video, I think last year, just started taking off for no, I don't even know how people started to find it, because it was an old video that had maybe 200 views. And now I think it's on 20,000 or something. So it does prove the fact of what Sam just said. It's like, you've got to keep going. You've got to be patient. And if you're determined to get these 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, it's really start mastering the basics of YouTube. And you've got to keep going, don't you, Sam? That's the message.
And I think we mention this a lot of the times in our videos, but put on your marathon shoes, because it's not a sprint,
We will end on that. That's great. Thank you so much, Sam, for being here. And go and watch next Sam's video that we did. And that's, again, more ways how you can make money from your YouTube channel. I will link it below. And also popping up on the screen now, if both me and Sam move to the side, popping off in there, right there, there's going to be a playlist of all our videos, marketing tips for beginners. So go and watch that whole playlist next, and we will see you next Friday at 2 p.m.
All right.